All right, time for Montana Fouts. She joins us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline each week, courtesy of Summit Tree Stands, a leading manufacturer of premium quality, high-performance tree stands, safety harnesses, and tree stand accessories. Don't forget code Montana14. Use that code Montana14 to save 14% off all tree stands right now at SummitStands.com. What is up, Montana? How are you?
I'm great. How are y'all doing?
Doing awesome. Thanks a lot. The what we're learning about you is the camo goes deep in your wardrobe. It's 2 straight weeks with you.
That's true. We actually just got back to the house. We went turkey hunting this morning, so I didn't really have a choice this time.
Whoa. So a random Monday morning in April, you get up and go turkey hunting.
We have off today, so I decided that I'll sleep less right now and I'll just take a nap later.
Wow. Well, did you see anything? And then second part, do you actually wear camo to class ever?
Second question first. Yes, camo to class a lot, especially when it's colder because that's like more of my heavier stuff. But yes, we saw a big otter this morning, but it wasn't like on the property that we were supposed to be on, so we didn't go after it. And then we heard a hint also, but no shots today.
Do you have a good turkey call?
I don't. I'm just now getting into it. I'm learning, and hopefully next year I'll be the one doing it, but we'll see.
I like Montana Fouts rules follower. We saw it, but it's a property where it's supposed to be on.
Big gobbler.
Yeah, big gobbler.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's the headline that I'm going for these days, is that kind of stuff. So I'll stick to the property I'm supposed to be on.
Yeah. Game dominated by game warden. Fouts out. A big game this weekend. That's not the headline you want. Montana Fouts is with us here. Before we talk softball, though, when you're in Tuscaloosa, who's the hunting crew? Do you have anybody else on the team that gets up early, or are they sleeping in? You got friends that you go with?
Yeah, my boyfriend hunts a lot, so I go with him and his friends and his family. But so far on the team, I think that I can recruit a couple people to go maybe next year. I'm going to start with fishing this spring because they don't have to get up early, but it's hard to get them up out of bed unless it's weights and they got to be there at 6 a.m. It's hard to make them do that.
Well, I mean, Allie Shipman is new to the team, so we're going to scratch her off. You haven't convinced her yet. You've had more time with Tao, the first baseman. So is she the most likely candidate?
She may be more likely. I don't know. I got to see her handle a gun first before we head out there.
That is important. Yes.
I trust her. I trust her on and off the field, but I don't know about that kind of stuff right there. I don't know.
Summit Tree Stands, carefully engineered to be the most silent, secure, comfortable, and safest tree stands available. Montana Fouts is brought to you by Summit Tree Stands. What time does the alarm go off for a Monday morning turkey hunt?
This morning it was about 4:10. So
yeesh, man, you got
early morning this morning. I did not like it, but one of these days I'll be rewarded this spring for that.
Oh, yeah, that's early.
Hey, so when we had you on last week, we asked you about superstitions, and you talked about, I forgot what the fruit was you were eating last season, but you said you had to decide upon this new fruit. Have we come up with the fruit?
I had a mix before the first game this past weekend. It was a mix of strawberries and kiwi, but I did not have that. Or I guess it was Saturday for the third game. So it's undecided, but right now it might have to be one of the two. So we'll see.
Strawberry and kiwi. You always get a good mix at Publix and that right there. They already have it mixed up.
Kiwi's a little more difficult to find, though.
Yeah, strawberries are readily available.
That's what I'm a little nervous about. So I got to make up my mind before postseason. So we'll see.
Well, speaking of this weekend, I mean, it's a sweep. You see that just on the surface. Hey, Alabama sweeps Mississippi State. But those first two games were nail biters, and then the comeback in game two. I know you guys never give up, and it's obvious on the fight back to walk it off in both those games. But the game two, the walk off, and what you guys did in the bottom of the seventh, just talk us through that excitement and how that can sort of jumpstart the rest of the season for you guys.
No, I thought it was great. I think during the game, it was just kind of one of those where I was like, "There's no way." That I could just tell by the look on their faces, because I wasn't throwing that game. I came in like the last inning, but I could just tell that they weren't going to give up. And recently I feel like we've been getting hot in the last couple innings. So I thought that was going to turn up for us. And I just thought they were just going to not be denied whenever they went out there. So I just thought that, we're just going to get the outs and we're going to score. So, and then, last game was good. I thought we played great defense all weekend. So I thought that was really helpful.
Montana Fouts on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline, courtesy of Summit Tree Stands. For our listeners that do not know, and for me because I do not know, Can you give us an idea of what your scouting report is like on each batter you face? Is it film study by you? Do you just depend on a written scouting report from the coaches?
A little bit of both, just because I feel like, especially the data now and all the technology that they have, I think you have to turn in stuff like for each team and everybody you play. So every SEC team that plays before us, I think we get like written stuff from almost anybody, but I also watch film myself, and our pitching coaches watch film, and it's just like a little bit of everything.
So how often do you think you watch film?
I try. So today's Monday, and we'll play Friday. So probably start Wednesday or tomorrow. Whenever we have free time at practice, like the pitchers will watch because the hitters will hit for a lot. And after that, come home, watch it, especially when you get out of school, have a lot of free time.
Yeah, I'm always interested. I meant to ask you this last week, but I was a little overwhelmed first time talking to you. But I watch a lot. I watch a lot of softball. And it seems to me, and I don't want to get you in trouble, but it seems to me that last year to this year, we've tightened up the strike zone a lot. You're a pitcher. Can you tell, and not about a specific umpire or a specific strike zone or anything, but does it seem like they're tightening up the strike zone a little bit on you guys this year? Is there sort of a directive from the NCAA to let's make this more of an offensive game?
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact rules or whatever that they've put in for the umpires, but I feel like this past weekend was really well. I thought we worked well with the umpires, and that can make a difference. But honestly, I feel like we're old enough and we've been working hard enough. I mean, if they're not giving us calls, then maybe we should just figure it out another way. So I mean, it can be tighter one weekend than the other, which is fine because I think once we get in postseason, it'll just make us a little bit better. But we're just taking it each weekend by each weekend.
Allie Shipman is such a force with the bat. She's good behind the plate, obviously, and you work with her close there. But you had to face her when she was at Tennessee. Now it doesn't look like anybody can get anything past her. Like if you had one swing, it seems like Allie's the person you'd want up in the bottom of the inning. How would you approach her, or how did you approach her to get her out?
Ben, I know that I feel like we're pretty even as far as when we were facing against each other, because she would always get the ones where I was like telling our shortstop, hey, I feel like she's about to hit it here, and then she'd hit it in the exact spot like every time. I feel like she just kind of knew her strengths, but I feel like just got to attack her because she's wanting to hit. She wants to hit so bad, and she wants to hit it 450 feet. So I just think me right now, I just would be praying that it moves, because if she hits it, it's going a long minute.
But when she came over, did she tell you, hey, by the way, when we were facing you at Tennessee, here's what we knew about you? Did she give you like any intel from an opponent's point of view now that she's your teammate?
No, the only conversation we've really ever had about that is I was like, so how much film have you sat there and watched on me before you got here? And she was just like, we played each other probably 4 or 5 times. She's like, a lot, Montana, a lot. I can't like, so we've seen enough of each other, and I'm glad she's on my team this time.
So you're getting a nice break from no class today, but what is your most interesting class you're taking this semester?
Shoot, well, I'm all online. So I'm in grad school now, so I'm all online. I don't have to go into class, which is super nice, but I'm in sports hospitality. So in one of my classes, I'm basically pretending to be an athletic director, which is unique because I'm learning a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I would have never known. And it's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be.
Wow. So have you called Greg Byrne yet and said, hey, my bad, I did not know this was that tough a job you had?
Yeah, we're building a state. Well, I chose to rebuild the road stadium as one of my final projects, and I did not realize how expensive everything was. And all my wishes, I was like, I need a covered bullpen. We need X amount of seats. And then I'm looking up the prices, and I'm like, okay, all right. Yep. Things are a little bit more expensive than what I thought.
Yeah. Somewhere Greg Byrne's going, exactly. I've been trying to tell everybody this.
You know what you're going to need? You're going to need a big booster that loves you, Montana. That's what you're going to need.
Right. Yeah. I'm learning that.
Yeah, that's what you do. You go tell your professor, oh, by the way, I found a massive booster that's a softball fan.
Right. Who's donating the exact dollar figure I need for this.
He's donated $65
million. That's what I'm going
to
put at the bottom of my final project. Oh, and I know the booster that will give me the best amount possible. So that way I don't have to calculate anything. You just write a blank check.
What about corporate naming rights? Go corporate naming rights on the stadium. Could you do that?
Shoot, I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah, there you go. Do that. Here's a little hint, because she showed me a picture of it. Superfan Emily has a drawing already done to scale of an upgraded road. So if you just want to Xerox that thing. And she's a real follower.
Xerox.
It's an old reference.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey, I got to ask you. I grew up in a small town in Alabama.
Xerox it.
How big is it Grayson, Kentucky? How big and how far did you have to say, would you drive for like a date night back in the day in eastern Kentucky?
Okay, so I think the town right now is a little over 3,000, which isn't terrible. Just a really small town. Everybody knows everybody. And I'd say probably 45 minutes, maybe.
That's how far you drive, like for a movie or a good restaurant or another restaurant that wasn't in your hometown?
Yeah, I would say probably 45 minutes to the movie theater. So not terrible. Not terrible.
That's not bad. That's about what it was for me back in the day.
So answer our poll question. Have you ever hit 100 miles per hour in your personal car?
And my personal car, 100. I don't know. The roads at home in Kentucky, if you hit 100 miles per hour, I don't know if you're still surviving that. So I don't know.
That's a long pause, though.
Yeah, you had to think about it. And I
I
noticed
had to
you
think
said
about it. I know that my car's seen 90 some before in a rush, but it's been a long time since I don't know about 100.
Okay. I noticed you also qualified it in my personal car. No.
Yeah, in my personal car, no. The truck has not seen 100. I know that for sure.
Okay. All right. She is Montana Fouts. She joins us each week courtesy of Summit Tree Stands. I don't guess, boy, I'm about to show what little I know about hunting. You don't need it for turkey hunting, right? Do you use the Summit Tree Stand for turkey hunting this morning?
This morning, no, we were on foot and had our backs against a tree this morning. So
Okay.
I was on my lonesome today.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know us, but we are not very big outdoors people.
I play golf outside.
Yeah, but we don't hunt or fish
I
a
do
ton.
not do that, no.
So tree stands mostly for deer hunting. Is that right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have like a climber, which is new to me just because my dad's always wanted safety first. And I guess they're like a little bit more dangerous, but the Summit ones are really safe. So I'm excited to use that one this fall. But I think I'm going to practice this summer, getting comfortable with everything. And so mostly deer hunting. Yep.
Well, as Montana said, they are carefully engineered to be the most silent, secure, comfortable, and safest tree stands available. You can see more at summitstands.com. While you're there, place an order and use code Montana14 and save 14% on all tree stands at summitstands.com.
Here's my goal. They keep winning so much. Tickets are so tough for a game at the Rhodes that we will see someone sitting in a Summit tree stand out behind the outfield fence. That's my goal this
We
year.
can make that happen.
Yes.
I bet we could do that.
Like
Yes.
on the light post? Do they have to climb the light post?
I think there's a tree. I think there's a tree
Okay,
out
good.
behind center field somewhere.
Well, we'll work on that. Montana, best of luck this week. We always appreciate the time. We'll see you next week.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
All right, take care. SummitStands.com is the website. SummitStands.com, code Montana14 for 14% off all tree stands at Summit. Tree Stands Montana with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.